The first 3 videos in this series cover the basics of electrical design of constant voltage LED linear lighting. This video will go deeper into 3 methods of controlling larger systems. 1. Using DMX. 2. Using one of our wireless pulse width modulation PWM controllers or dimmers. Or 3. Using 0 to 10 volt dimming. The first 2 methods are easy to use on color changing or single color systems. 0 to 10 volt controls are typically used in commercial general illumination installations of white light. Let's start with DMX. Here's a scalable DMX design. The DMX controller could be a simple wall-mounted color wheel, one of the fancier controllers pictured here, or a state-of-the-art DMX console in a studio. Our LED strips can be used with any of them. You just daisy chain the decoders, wall washers, or other devices on the DMX XLR line. Properly terminate the DMX line at the last luminaire to prevent reflections that may cause unexpected behavior. On our decoders, you simply flip a switch on the last decoder in the line to terminate the line. Of course, all AC control signals are vulnerable to inductive coupling, so avoid running your DMX control lines in parallel and close to power lines or other sources of electromagnetic interference. As described in the earlier videos in this series, you have to make sure that you don't put too much lighting on your decoders or drivers, and you want to keep your decoders and drivers close to the lighting. You can run long DMX control lines and long power lines though, and that gives you enough flexibility to create very useful layouts. We also sell wireless DMX systems for even greater flexibility. Next, let's discuss our wireless PWM controllers. We have a wide variety of wireless PWM controllers, including 1 to 12 channel versions, smartphone controllable receivers, and syncing receivers. We have so many different kinds, we had to create the product guide shown here, which you can find on our website. Here, we use the T-Series RGB wireless controller in a scalable installation. You can see the lighting cluster is quite similar to the DMX system we just discussed. Instead of a DMX decoder, we have a wireless receiver. The strip and driver must be located close to the receiver, just like the decoder in the DMX example. The advantage of these PWM controllers is that they are easy to use, don't require knowledge of DMX, and are easy to install. If all you want is a handheld remote control or a wall mount control panel, DMX might be more than you need. Now, let's discuss 0 to 10 volt dimming systems. 0 to 10 volt control is a vast topic because it includes whole building controls. I mention it briefly here because it is consistent with the concept of achieving larger scale installations by separating the control and power lines. In a phase dimming system, such as most people have in their houses, the signal line is the power line. You cut off the phase of the AC sine wave provided to the luminaire, and that makes the light dimmer. Running all that current through the dimmer limits the load you can control to less than 1,000 watts of incandescent load or only 250 watts of LED load per dimmer. By contrast, in a 0 to 10 volt dimming system, the power is provided separately from the 0 to 10 volt control lines. The limits of control are much higher than with phase dimming systems, which is why 0 to 10 volt is favored for commercial installations. One limitation of 0 to 10 volt systems is that they are typically used for white light, not color changing. Let's take a look at a simple 0 to 10 volt control system. This diagram is from the Lutron Diva DVTV 0 to 10 volt dimmer installation guide. On the left, we have the Diva dimmer. On the right, we have one or more dimming units. For LEDs, they would be drivers. For fluorescent loads, they'd be ballasts. In the center, down below, is a relay that turns the drivers or ballasts on and off. The 12 or 24 volt DC LED linear lighting is not shown in the diagram, but it would be connected to the drivers. The dimmer does double duty. It provides a 0 to 10 volt control signal to the driver on the gray and purple lines, and it provides an on-off control signal to the relay on the red and blue lines. If you don't use that relay, you can't turn the lights off, typically. Because the lines connecting to the DVTV dimmer are control signals only, they can be connected with low-power Class 2 wiring. Other Diva phase dimmers may look the same as a DVTV from the front, but because they are cutting off the sine waves, they handle more power and must be wired with Class 1 wiring in a traditional junction box. We also offer wireless controls for a wide variety of Lutron dimmers, including the PowPack dimming module. Wireless controls are not only convenient to use, they can also save you a lot of money and time during installation, particularly in retrofit projects, which are far more numerous than new construction projects. There you have 3 ways of creating a larger scale LED control system by separating the power and control lines. Call one of our sales engineers at Environmental Lights if you need help creating a large installation.